Thank you for joining us. Today, we're introducing a product that transforms how enterprises secure and manage mobility. It marks the first time that mobile application management, mobile device management, and network access management come together in a single integrated platform. For the last decade, Aruba has been focused on enterprise mobility and has delivered over $2 billion worth of mobility infrastructure worldwide. Aruba began by introducing Wi-Fi that had better security and reliability than the wired network and set the stage for enterprise Wi-Fi as we know it today. But what is so revolutionary about what we did and what we continue to do is that our networks employ context awareness. By context, I mean the ability to identify different types of mobile devices and applications, or identify a user's profile and location to trigger network actions. We have taken a tremendous leap forward by extending this very same context awareness to mobile device and mobile application management. Why? Because enterprise IT is faced with a whole new set of challenges. How do you get personal mobile devices provisioned with the right applications? How do you keep sensitive data from leaving that device? And what do you do if the device is stolen or its owner is no longer with the organization? What is needed in the BYOD environment is mobile application and data management. Today, we are announcing just such a product. We call it the Aruba Workspace, and it will completely change the way you deploy BYOD. It is the first and only BYOD solution to combine application, device, and network access management in a single platform. Enterprise applications and data are kept in the encrypted Aruba Workspace on employee or guest mobile devices where they leverage policies that you have already created to protect your network. The workspace is provisioned and managed by IT. Personal information on the device stays private to the user. And Workspace takes it a step further by making your applications network aware. Enterprise applications automatically establish a VPN connection when an untrusted network is detected. With Workspace, every aspect of managing and securing BYOD is in one elegant platform. When we return, you will hear from Aruba's co-founder and CTO, Keerti Melkote, who would actually show you the Workspace and how easy it is to use.
Hey, Michael. My phone's still missing. Did someone turn it in yet?
Maybe it's in one of those hidden pockets in your fancy new man purse.
It's a messenger bag.
Whatever. Hold on, let me check.
Embarrassing. It's right here. Wait. There's nothing here. Everything is gone.
Yeah, you lost your phone. Company policy.
My apps, my contacts, my vacation photos, my whole life gone.
Boo-hoo. Ah!
Hi, Michael. My phone's still missing. Did someone turn it in yet?
Is that a Merce?
A what?
Oh, never mind. Let me check.
How embarrassing. It's right here. Wait, some of my stuff is missing.
Yeah, I had to wipe those when you reported your phone missing. But don't worry, your personal stuff is all still there. And the next time you log into your Aruba Workspace, your work apps will reappear.
Cool. Thanks.
Welcome back. I'm here with Denzel Wessels, Product Management for ClearPass. And what we're going to do the next few minutes is show you the end-user experience of Aruba Workspace as well as the IT experience of what it takes to set up the Aruba Workspace product. If you're using ClearPass, you're already familiar with the onboarding process that we introduced last year. The idea there was a user brings in their personal device, and the first thing they need to do is connect the device to the network. What happens when users start to use their personal device and corporate data and corporate applications start to show up on this personal device? So how do we do that? That's really what Workspace is about. So let me pretend I'm an end user, and Denzel will pretend he's the IT administrator. And here's my iPad. What do I do, Denzel? What do I do first?
So Keerti, we're trying to keep it as simple as possible for you. Just join the corporate network like you usually would, just with your laptop. Just go ahead and associate, and then open up your web browser.
It's that simple, huh?
It's that simple.
Okay. Well, I'm already on the network. As you can see, I connected to the open Wi-Fi SSID.
So fire up Safari.
Let's fire up Safari. And the first thing it does is it takes me to this page where it's asking me to log in. This is basically done by the network?
Yeah, so what it's detected is that it's your personal device. Now it's asking you, well, tell me who you are so that I can associate your identity to your device.
Okay.
And then it's going to figure out what you should have access to. So go ahead and fire in your credentials.
Okay, let's give it a shot. I'll type in my username, my password, hit enter. And it's asking me for a confirmation. Should I?
Yep. So what it's now done is it's determined what device configuration needs to come down. In the case of maybe we need to put your device on a different network, maybe a different secure network. Now it's asking you to install an application. It's asking you to install the Workspace application. So go ahead and install that.
Yeah, I clicked yes on that, and it looks like it's done something. There's a tab on the device which says at work. Is that the Workspace application?
That is the Workspace application.
Excellent.
So now go ahead and fire up the application.
All right, so let's click enter on that, and it's asking me for a passcode. So let me enter my passcode here. It brings me into this dashboard, which shows it's configuring it from app policies. And as you can see, the applications that Denzel provisioned for me as an end user, based on my role in the organization, is provisioned on the device itself. And this environment is provisioned based on who I am and what my role is?
Exactly. Who you are, what device you have, the posture of your device, the state of the network, where you are, and based on all of that has given you a set of applications that you have access to. A couple of the critical ones are email, web browser, and we've gone ahead and provisioned those to your device.
Excellent. In addition to the applications, I also have other devices that are connecting to the network. And this app gives me a view of that. So if I go onto the top and look at my devices tab up there, it's showing me that in addition to my black iPad mini, it looks like it's been checked. The posture is safe, so it's on the network. I also see my iPhone 5 at the bottom there, an Apple TV, and an HP printer that are also my devices that I have provisioned previously to connect to the network. If you're familiar with the Air Group feature on ClearPass, what that is doing is filtering out all the other devices and narrowing it down to only my devices that are available to me on the network. I can share it with other users. In this case, I've shared my printer with my colleague Bob. But my iPhone 5, if I get into that, is not meant for sharing. It's my personal device, and I'm going to protect it. In addition to the devices, there's also access. One big challenge that we've often seen with personal devices is Active Directory periodically asks you to update your password. On a corporate device, once you enter your update to the password is pushed to all corporate devices and corporate applications. But what about personal devices? For that, the users had to manually do that for every application. And that was a big pain. What this allows you to do is aggregate all that into one place. You can see my user there. If I hit reset password, it allows me to change my password from this personal environment, workspace environment, enabling essentially a single sign-on experience for all the applications through the Workspace app. The other piece of my network environment are my guests. And frequently, they ask for Wi-Fi access. I can simply add an account, provision the user. In this case, let's go ahead and add Denzel, and then auto-generate a password. Type in Denzel's email address, and set an expiry of either 1 hour, 1 day, whatever the period of time. Let's go for 1 hour here. And I click done. And what is done now is provisioned an account for Denzel. The account status, as you can see at the bottom, is available. And the expiry happens in an hour. So that's the Workspace application. We'll take a short break, and after the break, you'll hear from Denzel about what IT needs to do to set up my work environment for me.
There are thousands of work apps for mobile devices, which means your users can work from, well, anywhere. But wouldn't it be great if everyone had their own workspace? completely customizable, always secure on any network. Introducing Aruba Workspace, the best way to deploy mobile apps at work on corporate-issued devices or for BYOD. Why manage the device when you can manage the apps? Workspace from Aruba. Enterprise mobility just got a lot easier.
Welcome back, guys. So now that Keerti's shown you the client UI, I'm excited to show you the backend UI because, myself pretending to be the administrator today, that's what I really care about. And that's what's going to really give us the control over these policies. Now, what I'm going to show you is the ClearPass policy backend, which ClearPass is the gateway that people are using today to provide network authentication, simple device enrollment, guest management, device posture management. All of that's being done today. So what we've added is the ability to manage that device configuration that's gone down. But really what's interesting is the ability to manage applications that are being delivered to your device. So just like the applications you saw show up on your device, I'm able to set all those policies and define what those applications are. So let's take a look at that. What we can see here is a list of all the applications that myself as an administrator decided I want to make available to you. The application I want to take a look at is the secure web browser. So we open it, and we can see some of the policies we can set for it. Some of the really important ones that I would care about are things like lock and wipe. I want the ability to be able to wipe the content from your application that I provisioned, or wipe the application, lock the application. I want to maintain control over that corporate content. If you've jailbroken your device, I'm not really too sure how secure that device is, so I may not want those corporate applications to run on your jailbroken device. And then what really becomes important is the network policy for it. I can set policy that determines what your application has access to. So what we can do is provision a VPN inside of the application to get you connectivity for the application. And then some interesting policies around the applications themselves. Think of time-based policies. Maybe there's a point-of-sale application that only want to work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And motion-based policies. And then location-based policies. We can set policies around very specific and very granular location. So with that, Keerti, I'll hand it back to you for you to give it a go from the user side.
Excellent. Let's take a look. In the past section, I showed you how the workspace applications look like. The first thing I want to do this time is use the most common application that all of us use on our devices, which is email. So let's click on that. And here it takes me into Touchdown. There's an email open there asking me to check out the intranet. I simply need to click on it. It automatically opens the URL in Dolphin, which is the browser. And as you can see there, the intranet page loads instantly. And I know that it's loading through the VPN because if I go click on the bottom right on the toolbar there, it shows me the VPN lock screen, which is telling me that I'm connected. The browser has fired up an application VPN tunnel, and I'm now into the workspace.
So from a user experience, that was pretty seamless and easy for
Very easy. I didn't have to do a thing. I just had to touch on the URL, and off I go.
Now, go ahead and give one other policy a try that I set up for you. I decided to create a policy that says, hey, the Pirate Bay, a torrent site's not really appropriate for business use. So go ahead and...
All right, let's go to the other tab. The Pirate Bay is bookmarked here. Let me click on that. And as you can see, I'm blocked from going to the Pirate Bay on this particular workspace browser. Just to make sure that this is not the network doing some magic and it is actually happening inside this workspace, let me pop out of this, bring up my browser, Safari, and here we've bookmarked the Pirate Bay as well. So let me try to pull that up and see if it takes me to the Pirate Bay. The personal side is not touched or prevented by the policy, but the corporate side is. Single sign-on, application VPNs, all happening in the background. And the user experience, most importantly, is very simple. Let me pop it back to Denzel and ask him to show me a few more policies that we can set. Let's take a look at a few other apps that you can set different types of policies on.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a look at the Box application. Box is the application that you use as a user to get to your corporate files. So we have some policy that says you're allowed to open up content within Box with other applications inside of your enterprise workspace. I actually am allowing you to open a document within another application in the workspace. So if you actually go and try that functionality there, you'll actually be able to open up the content.
All right, let's take a look. And let's fire up Box. It uses my corporate credentials and logs me in using my Active Directory username password. Here I'm showing you a set of files. Let's take a look at the PowerPoints. As you know, Box allows you to preview the slides itself. But what if I wanted to edit this? For that, I'll need to open this in a different application. And using the open-end controls that Denzel provisioned for me.
Why don't you give Cloud a try that? That should give you a full PowerPoint application to edit it.
OK, let's take a look. As you can see, the files in Cloud are available to me. There you go. I know I can edit this online. Let's click on one of these tabs here and see if something happens. There you go. My keyboard popped up. I can go type in a few things there, and yeah, I'm allowed to make some modifications. That's good. That's cool, Denzel. So now that I showed you how to edit PowerPoints in the workspace using Cloud let me turn it back to Denzel to show us a couple of these.
Thanks, Keerti. Now, one of the things that I was talking about before is, myself being an IT organization, I'm not going to relinquish control of my applications and content. And, one of the examples I want to show of that is actually going in managing your device and your applications on your device. So what we're going to go do is actually go and take a look at the devices that are managed and the applications that are managed. And I'm going to view your device. And rather than locking your device or locking the entire workspace, I actually want to view the applications that we've taken over management. I'm going to take a look at the browser. And let's say for some reason I've decided to lock the browser. And maybe we're doing maintenance and I just want to disable it for a while whilst we do something. So I'm going to actually go and lock the browser. ClearPass is now going to disallow access to that application. So when you try and access that application on the mobile device through Workspace, it will be disabled. And one of the key things about it, if that device does not have network connectivity, let's say if it was stolen and someone was smart enough to actually remove the SIM card, you wouldn't be able to lock it or wipe it anymore. But because we control half of everything that's on your device, the keys to be able to get access to the content, you're just not able to access.
It's sitting on the server, and therefore I can't get to it. That's great. Let's try this. So you've locked something, right, already? Yep. There you go. I'm back in the console, and it is interacting with the server and uploading the new set of policies that Denzel just added to my device. And here what he has done is locked the browser. So if I go click on the browser this time, the notification I get instantly is that the application is currently unavailable. And you could add more to it. You could say it's down for maintenance, and therefore it'll come back a little bit later, and so on.
You also have some other applications that have policy violations.
Yeah, I just saw that.
So
let's look at Filament here. There's a lock on it, and here it tells me it's a time fence policy. I presume it means I can only use it at certain times a day.
That's exactly it.
And Teambox is also locked, and it is because it's geofenced. That's the location policy we talked about earlier.
Correct.
So I'm in the wrong place right now, and that's why you can't let me use it. That's cool. That's great. So when we come back, you'll hear from our application partners about why they are so excited about participating in this program. Stay tuned.
Introducing Aruba Workspace, a better way to incorporate work on personal mobile devices. Now, everything you need to deliver for work, email, collaboration, company applications, can live in a customizable, secure workspace. But what your users will like best is that their personal stuff remains their own business. Workspace from Aruba. Enterprise mobility just got a lot easier.
Welcome back. App delivery and management systems are only as good as the catalog of mobile apps that they support. This is exactly why we have partnered with the world's leading mobile app developers. And today we're happy to announce we're going to be supporting over 40 mobile apps right at the outset. And that list is going to continue to grow over time. We have partnered with folks like Box, Jive Mobile, SlideShark, LandSchool, and many other leading app developers. And they have a unique perspective on why they have chosen to partner with Aruba and why it is important for them to interact with an infrastructure-based system that is aware of the network. And now let's turn to some of our partners and hear their perspective on why they're excited to be a part of the program.
We're really fortunate to be at the intersection of three big forces in the business today. One of them is cloud. We're also seeing huge trends, obviously, in mobile, like everybody else is. And the third is BYOD. Box is an enterprise cloud content collaboration company. We help businesses put their content in the cloud and help businesses collaborate with other businesses using that content. Today, Box has over 15 million users. 50% of that traffic is coming in from a mobile device of some form.
I started Breezy in 2009. I'd been a corporate lawyer, was doing mergers and acquisition stuff. I lived on my BlackBerry all the time, and I needed to print from the thing. We make software that lets you securely print from any kind of device to any printer. We have over 150,000 users. We support Android, iOS, and BlackBerry.
Ignite provides an enterprise-class file-sharing solution for the mid-market and large enterprise. It's not about the cloud or on-prem, it's about the fastest possible access to your files with any device. Today we have around 12 petabytes of data. 47% of that access was with some kind of a mobile device.
Teambox is an online collaboration tool that also happens to offer an on-site, on-premise virtual appliance solution. We're using a lot of the tools in social media, ad mentions, task management, assignments of attachments from Dropbox, Box, Google Drive. That is what we define as the new way of collaborating. We're of course a web tool, so by and large, every application that can run a web browser. We do have a couple of native clients, and those native clients are the Android and iOS clients.
Zoom is the first company that unifies three solutions: HD video conferencing, web meetings, and mobility into a cloud service. We've had about 750,000 participants on our service with over 250,000 meetings held. Traditional solutions cost tens and hundreds and thousands of dollars, whereas at Zoom, it costs $10 a month.
YouSendIt helps professionals to both share and control their digital content with confidence. We make it really, really simple to get stuff done. We've attracted over 40 million users. We're on iOS, we're on Android, we have applications even for Kindle devices.
The nice thing about working with Aruba Workspace is that now that security has been extended to the device. So now, as a user, I log in with my secure credentials, and all of my content from Box and all of the partner apps that work with Box is secured inside of the Workspace environment.
So when you're a cloud vendor, and many people shy away from even trying to have an on-premise solution, and it's because they haven't probably found either the right partners or raised enough money to really staff it up to the level of being able to sandbox native applications, control policies. It's all stuff that engineering-wise can be done, but the problem becomes, what are our priorities? To have a partner like Aruba that understands all of that and then brings an SDK that's lightweight that we can just plug in and make our applications into a sandbox native environment. It's perfect.
The configuration options that allow IT administrators to push certain profiles or certain configuration details down to the device, that's very exciting. It enables us to do things like provide certain groups of printers, make those groups of printers available just to certain users.
BYOD users will bring a variety of apps into the video collaboration space. They could have the traditional consumer-based Skype or FaceTime. With Workspace, you guys can actually prioritize the traffic, so Zoom gets priority, gets security over the network.
All of those capabilities, which we would have to build ourselves, now can be leveraged using their platform. That's what's exciting.
When Aruba contacted us to be part of this program, we were thrilled. As an ISV, the access to the entire ecosystem that Aruba has built over time is fantastic. That ranges from all the great CIOs and corporate customers that you have, but also to the channels.
We're really excited about the market opportunity and partnering with Aruba. I mean, you guys have some 27,000 enterprise customers. I think it's just a huge market that is almost completely untapped right now.
I hope you enjoyed the session today. We shared a lot of new information. Most importantly, how to handle the BYOD challenge without siloed approaches. One which allows you to integrate application controls, device controls, and network controls in a single system. This is the first in the industry. We are very excited to bring Workspace to you. To learn more about it, please go to our website at arubanetworks.com/BYOD and sign up for playing with the product. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Michael. Michael.
Huh?
I added the corporate app to my iPad. Does that mean you can see everything I can do on it?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, my Angry Bird scores are dropping. Yeah, and somebody just installed the dog whistle app. And you know what, Michael? I don't even have a dog.
I don't know what you're talking about. Adult friend finder.
What did you just call me?
Nothing. Leather Slicker 72.
I'm sorry?
Mistress, may I have another? Don't forget that appointment Thursday.
Hey, Michael. I installed the corporate app on my iPad. Does that mean you can see everything I can do on it?
Nope. Can't see any of your personal apps or data. Only the corporate apps in your Aruba workspace.
Nothing else?
No, nothing else.
So you know nothing about the vegan disciplinarian cat lady?
The who?
The vegan disciplinarian cat lady.
Hey, man, TMI.
Right.